Welcome to the Christmas Thrift Challenge 2025. I'm so excited. I've got some really cool things, but it's time to get in. Whew, much warmer. Okay, so this Christmas charity thrift challenge is, the whole goal is to go out and get something you can upcycle, and you get $20 that you're putting into your local community, so it helps the community. That's mainly the goal. Now, you can do it in two ways. You can either go out and try to find as many Christmas gifts and or decor with $20, or maybe you find one big beautiful thing that you flip and make into a fabulous Christmas gift. I went with kind of a mix of both because I managed to get 4 items for under $20. Technically 5, because see these lights, these strings of lights? I got those $2.50 each. They're battery packs, and it was just what I needed in my dining room. And they had a few more there, and I'm kicking myself for not picking those up. Another thing I got was this lovely bookshelf. Now these three things I got at the estate sale, and the bookshelf was marked for 20, but it also was half off, so I got that one for 10. So now we're up to $15 spent. Then we get to the Restore. Now at the Restore a few weeks ago, I'm so excited. That bookshelf is for my eldest. She has just moved in with her bestie, and it's their first apartment together, and they need a lot of furniture. Well, the bookshelf is for my daughter, and I love the fact that it folds up because she lives on the 3rd floor, and yeah, it's got no elevator, so it'll be easy to get that up there. The nightstand. Now, this is the fun one. So her bestie, Shayla, was with us, and we were shopping, and she really liked this at the Restore, but it originally was $30. No, and it, look at it. It needed a lot of work. There's just no. So I went back there the next week, and I was trying to find her something else, but there it was. It was still there, and it was still $30. Not good. I went back the next weekend, and they had a sale, and it was $4. Can you believe it? That totally fits my budget. And unfortunately, though, that means I had to do quite a bit of work to it, though. Here's how that went.
And clean, and clean, and clean.
I might have been dreaming a little bit, but I was hoping, like the bookshelf, I could just clean this and it would be fine.
Spoilers.
Ooh, made money. 10 cents. All right, plan B. Scrape off this top coat and work with the wood below it. Except for it's not.
Spoilers.
Time to mask up and sand this. Oof. It's at this point that Plan C comes to mind. Shouldn't be too hard to do, right? Just slap on a little gel stain. I found out that my gift recipient is a big fan of black and silver, so that's the direction I want to go in, but I still want to kind of keep it in the wood realm, so that's why I thought just a gel stain, right? This should be easy.
Spoilers.
Okay, so that's cleaned up. Now we're going to try this.
No.
Much better.
Stood.
So the top is, well, it actually looks nicer on camera, but in all honesty, it's a really thin veneer that was heavily stained. And yeah, we can do better than that. A different veneer. So where is the footage of me applying the contact cement to both the table and the veneer? Well, it needs a lot of ventilation. So in order to get a lot of ventilation, I could go out to my open garage. It is winter in Illinois, and we're having record-breaking snow and cold. So to get a tripod out there and the camera all set up, it's wiping the stuff on it, okay? Besides, that wasn't where I made the mistake. Oh no, I made two other mistakes. Let's find them. All right, cutting up like that, definitely not a brilliant idea. I should have a piece of wood there to protect myself, and I do later use one. But that is not one of the two official mistakes I made on this.
Finally.
Mistake number one. Sure, I start out sanding just fine, with the grain and kind of away from the piece to get the little extras off. But then I go and, yeah, that's going to leave a mark. Right, so not completely unusual to have an area that might not have either gotten some of the contact cement on both pieces, or maybe, whatever. I just rushed it too much. Using some wood glue now to get it, but wow, did I mention we just moved? I really miss having like the spare pieces of wood on hand because that would have made putting this clamp on easier. But you gotta make do with what you got, and in this case, I had a scraper handle.
Meanwhile, over here...
So as it turns out, our gift recipient is not a fan of the brass or gold. They prefer silver, and I found this at my store. I'm gonna give it a shot. So it turns out the trick with these markers, because at first they go on really streaky, is you kind of just treat them like a rub and buff, or at least that's what I did. And yes, I probably should have had gloves on, but with my finger, I just smoothed it out and I thought it looked pretty nice. Ready for mistake number two? Actually, watching this video back, I realized it might be mistakes 2 and 3. Because, yeah, I just waited for the wood glue to dry, so maybe around 2 hours, where I probably should have waited for the contact cement and everything to get all settled in 24 hours. So that's mistake number 2. Number 3, I believe, is using a bit of mineral spirits here because I didn't have any wood conditioner. So I thought, okay, this should work. I probably should have went with water, just a damp cloth instead of the mineral spirits, because I think the mineral spirits might be messing with the contact cement, and they certainly would be messing with the stain. Although that shouldn't be too bad, right? I can always apply more stain.
Spoilers.
Gonna give this one a try. Should look nice on top of here. I am not loving this, so chill stain to the rescue. Well, this is gonna look a little darker than the last time you might have seen it, and my apologies, but I had a little incident, a little trip down the stairs, and what do you know, I got a couple broken toes, so I just, filming and I just wanted it done and kind of hobbled down here to do it. As for the fall, didn't film that either, but it is a part of the 1944 house and the upstairs staircase, which I'm gonna have probably a full video just on that staircase alone. That should be coming soon, and you'll understand right away why the fall happened. But that's if you subscribe. Please do. That really helps out the channel, and I look forward to showing you more about the house. But now back to our Christmas thrift challenge. So yeah, I added some more of the stain. I went ahead and I kind of just liked how the black worked with it too. So I added both stains on it, and then it was time to top coat it. And I'm using polyacrylic. I'm pretty much sticking with water-based items just because while it's not that much of a closed-in space that I'm in, it's still not as open an area as I'd like, so I'm trying to stay away from any oil-based products. It's a super light sand. Clean it off and reapply some poly for coat number 2. And I used to be adverse to getting these tack cloths, but I knew I was working in a confined space, so I was like, I gotta get this dust-free as possible. I gotta admit, these tack cloths are pretty cool.
Oh, shocker.
And they aren't just a one-time use. You can reuse them. Now, at first glance, it may be hard to understand why would I bother covering up such a nice drawer bottom? Well, because they're not both as nice. This one, the camera's not really picking it up, but there are some issues that I just could not get out of there. So, fabric it is. Not to mention, I kind of like the nice surprise you get when you open it up. So I'm working on cutting these guys to shape so I can get them where I want the pattern to be when you open it up. Now I could use clamps, but I've only got the one that's in the house. Multiple are in the garage, but it is ridiculously cold. So I'm just going to use some painter's tape
Good for
to
you.
hold this edge so it doesn't fall in on itself. So here we go. And now it's just left to dry for a day or two.
And the next day,
And with a brand new, very sharp blade,
Stationary camera.
okay, before we get to that, here's where it started, here's where it is now. I did have one other item, and I also wanted to ask you if you could be so kind as to click subscribe, give the thumbs up, and please watch my fellow YouTubers who participated in this charity Christmas challenge. And I also want to thank my co-host, the lovely and talented Crystal, with the Crafty Creech DIY. Now, we know that so far I've done the lights, those together, that's $5. The bookshelf, that's $10. And we also have coming up the final results, the $4 nightstand. That's $19. Can I get something else? Why, yes, I can. I got this. Aren't these cute? It's a pajama set. It's for my husband. $1. Yes, we also get each other practical gifts. Like I made a car payment for him. But, you want to have something that they can open on Christmas, and I'm just so excited. I think he's going to love these. All right, now the final item.
Finally.
It nearly broke me, but I love the results. It is this nightstand. I am hoping she loves it at least half as much as I do now, because I think it turned out great and I'm just really excited for her to see it. There we have it. Thanks so much for watching The Asking Spot. Please enjoy my fellow YouTubers participating in this challenge, and thank you again to Crystal with the Crafty Creech DIY for co-hosting this with me, and to you, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I hope everything works out great for you. You a good boy? You got your new boots on? Oh, they're pretty. Your boots are pretty. You look super cute in those. Yeah, they keep your feet warm. Yeah, go to daddy.
Come here.